Namaskar and welcome to Yogami. I'm your coach Deepika Lalwani, and before we dive into our practice, let's bring our palms together, close our eyes and take a moment to center our mind. Focus on your breath, and with every exhale, allow yourself to relax and bring your mind to the present moment. Observe your posture. Upright your spine and dig your sit bones into the mat. Come back and relax. We are going to start today's practice with a small warm-up. Sit upright in Vajrasana and lift your arms shoulder level. Now as you inhale, open up your palms, and as you exhale, make tight fists. Again, as you inhale, spread out the fingers wide, and as you exhale, make a fist. Now, tighten your fist and start making inwards to outward circles with your wrists. Let's do this 4 to 5 times, and then we'll change the direction. Now make outwards to inwards circle. Again, let's repeat it 4 to 5 times with continuous deep breaths. Now bring your fingertips on your shoulders and start drawing big circles with your elbows. In the center, bring your elbows together as you exhale, and as you inhale, pull the elbows back. Let's repeat this a few times. This is going to warm up your pectoral muscles. And now change the direction of the circles. Make sure that you're breathing all through this movement. Now bring your hands on your thighs, and as you inhale, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. As you exhale, bring the shoulders down. Repeat. Inhale, pull the shoulders, try to touch them in your ears. As you exhale, push the shoulders away from the ears. Let's repeat this a few times, making sure that the back is completely upright. Now we'll draw shoulder circles. First from front to back a few times. And then let's change direction and draw back to front circles a few times. All these movements will thoroughly warm up your shoulders. Now bring your hands to the floor and turn your right hand in such a way that the back of your hand is on the floor. As you exhale, pull your hip towards your heels, but make sure that your hand is completely grounded. Feel the nice stretch in your wrist. Move only as much as your body allows. Now let's change side and bring the back of our left hand on the floor and pull the hip towards the heels. Stretching the left wrist now and making sure to go easy. Now rotate your hands so that your fingers are pointing outwards and away from the body, and hold it here. Now turn your fingers towards your knees. And again, pull your hip towards your heels. While doing this, make sure that the heel of your hand is completely grounded. Exhale, pull your hip to the heel and keep pushing the heels of your hands into the floor. We'll repeat this a few times. This is a wrist strengthening exercise. and then place the hands, fingers pointing forward. Now let's make circles with the lowest part of our spine. Mobilizing our lower back and letting go of any tension that might be there in that area. Now let's lie down on the floor and warm up our back. Lift your right leg up, and as you exhale, bend the knee and pull it towards your chest. Hold it for a few deep breaths. This is called Pavan Muktasana. And then release the leg. Inhale, lifting the leg up again, and exhale as you bring it back to the floor. Now inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, keeping your foot pointed. With both hands, pull your knee towards your chest. Hold it here for a few deep breaths. Inhale as you extend the leg back and exhale, bringing it to the floor. Now bend both the knees and bring your knees to chest. Bring your hands to the soles of your feet and pull your knees on the side of your chest. This is called as the happy baby stretch. Hold it here for a few breaths. Now shift your hand to the outside of your feet and again pull your knees on the sides of your chest. Keeping your lower back grounded and pulling your feet down gives a nice stretch in your lower back. Now bring the soles of your feet together in sleeping Baddha Konasana or sleeping butterfly. Here also keep your lower back grounded. Now bring your knees together and pull your knees on the chest in Pavan Muktasana. Your back is now nicely warmed up and you are ready to start today's flow. Let us now learn a pose which helps you in strengthening your core. The name of the pose is boat pose or Naukasana. Sit on your hip bones and place your feet on the mat hip distance apart. Shift your weight on the rounded part of your sit bones and lift your legs up one by one. Toes pointing, core engage, belly button pulled towards the spine and fix your gaze up. Hold it here, making the alphabet V. And then slowly come back and relax for a few deep breaths. Let us now learn a heart opener called the fish pose or Matsyasan. This is an excellent pose to open up your neck, your upper back and your pectoral muscles. To perform Matsyasan, sit on your mat on your hip bones and stretch out your legs in the front, toes pointed. Place your hands on the mat behind you with your fingers pointing towards your hips. Now bend one elbow and then the other and lower your forearms into the mat. Push your chest out and upwards and drop your head back. Creating space around your heart, opening up your rib cage and stretching your upper back. To come out of this pose, bring the head up first and then come up all the way. Now let's do another variation of fish pose in a cross-legged position. Sit in Padmasana, placing your right foot on left thigh and the left foot on the right thigh. Place your hands behind you on the mat, fingers pointing towards the hip. Go down on one elbow and then the other. Push your chest out and drop the head backward. You can rest the crown of your head on the mat now and hold your big toes. Continue to push your chest upward and outward. You can keep your hands on the mat also. To come out of this pose, push the floor and come back to the sitting position. Stay here and continue to breathe deeply. Let us now perform Cobra or Bhujangasana. To do Bhujangasana, lie down on your tummy. Keep your toes pointed and your feet together. Push your pubic bone into the mat. Bend your elbows and bring your palms under your shoulders. Tuck your elbows into your rib cage. Create length into your neck by pushing your shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, lift your chest up, pushing the mat away from you. Do not lose the contact between the pubic bone and the mat. Hold it here and breathe deeply. We are going to hold this pose for 8 to 10 deep breaths. This is a very simple pose and yet very effective to stretch your lower back and also to strengthen your core. You can perform this stretch every day and make your back and your core stronger. Slowly now come back into the mat and relax. Let us now get into the Setubandhasana or the hip bridge pose. To perform this pose, come in supine position with your knees bent and your feet placed hip distance apart. Ground your shoulders, ground your feet and place your arms slightly away from your body, palms facing up. As you inhale, lift the hip up as high as you can and hold it there for a few deep breaths. This is a great pose for strengthening your hips, your hamstrings and your quadriceps, which are the muscles in the front of your thigh. Slowly come back to the floor, take a few deep breaths, and now let's add a modification to complete this pose. With an inhale, engage your core and push your hip up and start walking your shoulders towards your ankles. With your hands, grab your ankles and then lift your chest slightly more up, pushing it towards your chin. Engaging your hip muscles and your core to make sure that your lower back doesn't stress. Come back to the mat. Stretch your legs out and stay here for a few deep breaths. Let's now warm up our spine in a lying down spinal twist called Jathar Parivartanasana. Lying on your back, stretch your legs out and bring your arms to the side in line with your shoulders. Bending your knees one at a time, bring them closer to your chest and engage your core. As you exhale, keeping your shoulders grounded, drop down both the knees to the left side of your body while you turn your head to the right side. Take a few deep breaths here and allow your spine to gently stretch and elongate. Slowly bring the knees back to the starting position by engaging your core and pulling in through your stomach. As you exhale, drop down the knees to the right side now and turn your head to the left. Feel the gentle stretch in your spine and take a few deep breaths. Slowly come back to the center and let's repeat it one more time on each side. This stretch helps in opening up and lengthening the lower back and prepares the body for the other deeper stretches that we will be doing in our yoga practice. A 2 to 3 deep breath hold is good on each side. If you want to increase the stretch, you can gently push both your knees down using your hand and creating a length in your hip and your outer thigh muscles. This posture can be performed by anybody as it's a very gentle stretch of the spine and there are no contraindications. Come back to the center. Stretch out your legs and relax here for a few deep breaths. Kapalbhati should not be performed by people who have any kind of heart issues or people suffering from high blood pressure. Let's practice Kapalbhati breathing or the breath of fire. Sitting in one of the basic meditative asanas with your hands in Chinna Mudra, take a half inhale and start exhaling sharply through your nose. As you exhale sharply, contract your abdomen. Initially, do anywhere between 10 to 50 counts of this breath in one round and then stop and take several free breaths. Kapalbhati has a cleansing effect on the lungs. It balances and strengthens the nervous system and tones the digestive organs. Sit back and breathe normally. Anulom Vilom or alternate nostril breathing should not be practiced while suffering from cold and flu. Let's now practice alternate nostril breathing or Anulom Vilom. But before that, it is important to learn the Nasagra Mudra. Bring the middle finger of your right hand on the center of your forehead, your thumb on the right nostril, and your ring finger on the left nostril. Relax your index finger and pinky finger. As you lift your thumb up, take a deep inhale through the right nostril and then close the right nostril. Lift up your ring finger and exhale completely through the left nostril. Now take a deep inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril, lift up your thumb and exhale completely through the right nostril. This completes one round of Anulom Vilom. As you continue to breathe like this, try to increase the duration of each breath without straining. Try to practice 5 to 7 rounds of this breathing and then relax. This is a very relaxing and balancing breath that improves focus and concentration. This breath activates both right as well as the left hemisphere of our brains. Sit back and relax and breathe normally. Come to a supine position, lying on your back. Keep your legs wider than your hips and your hands away from the body, palms facing up. Allow your feet to fall sideways. And now take a few deep inhalations and very long exhalations. Notice your breath moving in and out of your body and let your breath follow its natural cycle. Do not try to control your breath right now. Just be aware of it and just enjoy the beauty of your breath. With each inhalation, experience a sense of expansion and openness in the body, and with each exhalation, feel a sense of relaxation and peacefulness. Every time you exhale, let go of any tension in the muscles. Feel the weight of your body on the floor. And allow yourself to melt a little bit further down into the floor underneath you, letting go completely, surrendering to the gravity. Scan your body and maybe you can notice a sense of warmth or tingling in different parts of your body. Observe how your hands and feet are feeling right now. And allow your body to just be as it is. Allow yourself to be just as you are. You are whole. You are complete. You are perfect. You are beautiful. And above all, you are alive. Notice your breath as it comes in and goes out of the body, knowing you are breathing. Stay in this state for a few minutes. Stretch out your legs. Stretch out your arms above the head. Just be here for a while. Turn on the left side. And slowly come back to a sitting position. Bring your hands in prayer pose or Namaskar Mudra and be thankful for all your blessings. Now start rubbing your palms. Make them nice and warm. And now place your warm palm on your eyes, massaging your eyes gently. Bring your hands back in prayer pose and slowly open up your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me today. I will see you again on Yogami.